I really want her to be more social, so I would like for her to be able to go to anybody.
Okay, let me actually address the other question you had. You wanted her to be social with other people. I had no problem picking her up. Can I see how it is for you?
Picking her up?
Yeah. Awesome. So what did you notice that Jamie and I both did without talking about it?
You handed her a treat.
Yeah.
So just lure her with the treat.
Every interaction's a training session. Why on earth would she want to go to a stranger?
She probably wouldn't.
Free candy.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Free treats.
Right? So if she knows she can earn a treat from somebody, she's young enough, impressionable enough that you can offer a seed or a treat.
No.
So I think part of the socialization that you can do is just make sure that if you're socializing with intention, that person is set up for success by knowing what it should look like. So what I would do, can I have you stand up here for a sec? Okay, so every time you have a stranger come over, here's what I want you to do. I want you to show her the treat with your left hand and allow her to step up, and you're just going to help kind of lure her up onto your hand. So go ahead and put this in your left hand. All right. And, yep, right there. Okay, let's pull it in your fingertips. And your fingertips. There. All right, put this hand here. Awesome. Cool. And then we'll just put her right back down here. She's like, wait. Cool, thank you. So the key to that is you want to help walk all the details through whoever is going to handle that bird. When we were in Australia, we did an interaction with Sven and AJ, and the owner and his blue and gold macaw. And basically the guy lost his blue and gold macaw free flying. He recovered it a few days later, came to our master class, and we're like, you need an in-home. So we went to his house, and I did a couple of interactions with his bird. He did a couple of interactions with his bird. Then we went to opposite sides of the house and said, you and I both are going to call your bird at the same time. Who's he going to go to? And he flew to me.
Oh, wow.
Because my handling was really clean and precise and predictable, where his was a little bit more like hyperactive. The cue should look the same from everybody. So if you can help walk somebody through it, like, did you notice he had the treat here? And she's like, what's that all about? So when I changed that, I helped physically move his hands where they needed to be to get the most precise way to get it. She was like, oh yeah, I can do that. So if everybody tries picking her up differently, it looks like a different trick. You know, we jokingly call them the FU feathers because it is a few feathers on the back of their head and neck that indicate that they're mad. Well, if they can communicate with 3 feathers, it's a totally different language when our body language is so different than the other person's language. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
So the more you can teach each person to handle her the way you want her to be handled, the more likely she will look at that as a picture on the menu, right? I know this trick. I can do that trick. Bree, can I have you stand right over here? And like mom's gonna take our photo. So when I have a kid who's a little bit squeamish, but their parents are pushing them to hold the bird because they want it and the kid doesn't, I will come down and say, make a fist with your left hand, put it on my knee. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and lift up, lift. So now she's holding all the weight, right? A little higher. Awesome. They'd get a photo, and then I take the bird back. The reason that works, thanks kiddo, is because a lot of kids will, they'll get the weight of the bird and they'll do this. And now the bird goes to their shoulder and you have a bit of a Charlie Foxtrot to deal with. So you don't want to have to be fighting that reaction when the bird's going into the shoulder and the kid's terrified and now that interaction went worse. You want to isolate that and make it a really clean interaction. So when kids are involved, they make a fist, and then I have them lift the bird's body weight, and then they can stably. I've had 2-year-olds do that with a macaw. All right, so I'm going to have you stand right here. You're a stranger. We've never met before. You don't know this bird.
Okay.
You might
So
want to get the treats
I'll
out
take
of
your
her
treats from you. All right, so what I do is I say, can I go ahead and hold up your left hand? Yep, just like this. All right, keep your right hand down by the side. All I ask is that you don't pet her. All right, perfect. Good. Keep it right there. Awesome. And then I would give her a treat, right?
Okay.
So I want to have you do that with pick a victim.
Victim.
Anybody.
I'll do it.
All right.
Okay. So what was consistent about that is I always put the person on the same side of my body, so I'd always put them
Okay.
there.
It's gonna swatch her hand though too. The
And
reason that works
and I'm
is because
gonna
you're
lure
using
her
right
with the
hand.
treat.
If you have to, so yep, go and put it on your right hand. So hang on here. Set yourselves up for success.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you stand right over there. Hold up your left hand for her.
Oh, no.
Good girl.
Good.
Good girl. Good girl.
And then take her off.
Good girl.
So the challenge with this is bird people have a tendency to want to interact, as you just experienced, where non-bird people, as you expressed earlier, don't want to interact and they follow the directions to a T. Right? So that's a subtlety that you'll learn to pick up as you try to integrate this. Do you want to try? So you'll stand right beside, you'll keep your right hand down, you'll put your left hand up, hold it nice and steady. All we ask is you don't try to pet her. And then take her off.
Good girl.
Cool. And that's it.
What a good girl.
So then you can extend how long she stays on each individual person.
Okay.
But the reason we do it like that is again, looking at each trick is creating trust, communication, and a language. We know the expectation is the same for the bird as well as the human, and that's pretty predictable for the bird. And as long as it's predictable in a good way, down here. Good. As long as it's predictable in a good way, then you will get more of that behavior.
Okay.
The key to getting your bird to step up for anyone or go on to anyone is really emphasizing that this is a trick that your bird gets rewarded for and keeping it very consistent. Remember, everybody's a little bit different. Those with higher confidence levels with their own birds or with birds in general are more likely to stray from your instruction and bring the bird close to their face, talk to the bird, move the bird, whereas somebody with a little less confidence dealing with birds is going to listen to exactly what you say because they don't want to chance anything going wrong with the interaction. So really choose mindfully when first interacting with your bird and other people and doing this socialization. You really want to pick people specifically to where your bird's current skill set is and comfort zone is. That may be males, it may be females, it may be kids, it may be adults. You really have to decide what that looks like for you and your bird so that you can go at your bird's pace and slowly build confidence and recognize that everyone's going to respond a little differently. So really take to heart setting your environment up to be successful and being prepared for this session.
Yeah, so now she was wanting to come back as a trick, not out of discomfort.
Okay.
She was like, if I come back,
know
you
how
get a
to
treat.
treat
Oh yeah.